You're watching NTV GXP. Hope you're having a fantastic time. And hopefully, you're into the spirit of the holidays. The trees are out, the jingle bells are ringing, and everything is just moving very, very beautifully. But today on the show, we have Samie Bisaso. Now, you might have heard of him from a different time. He has been on your radio and on your television for about, 7, 8, 10 years ago? And so that name might be very, very familiar. And he's been in the States doing some really good work. Recently won an award. That is going to be telling us a bit about. He's a great musician and is here on our show. Mr. Sam, welcome to the show today.
Oh, thank you so much.
So let's first backtrack to it's the Christmas season, it's the holidays.
Yes, sure.
But you spend most of your time in the States.
Yes, sure.
How does it feel? Most of your family is over here in Uganda.
Okay.
And Christmas is just a very family-filled season. So
Yeah.
how does it feel spending your time away from your family?
Well, I know sometimes you feel homesick, but because you've got so much busy, so you don't really feel that. Yeah. Though I'm far away, but I'm still connected to my family. Though I meet that time with the family, but because we have a lot of engagement back in the States, so if it's Christmas.
So you as a musician during the holiday season, you're very busy.
Sure, I have another whole big family where I celebrate, although I kind of my roots are here and I miss a lot of people.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me a bit about your music. How did you get into music? How did you start?
Well, I started way back before I got to the States. I started my studio, which is still there, Sun Productions. It's here, that in Chevando. When I went to the States, God gave me opportunity, and I got connected to one of the most celebrity vocal coach, which is called Raja Bandri in Hollywood, California. That Raj Band is one of the actually people behind one of the big artists like Brandy, Ray J, so many other favorite, so many other big artists actually. So God gave me opportunity, and that really helped me a lot into my music ministry. And I know there is someone said that when God calls you, God doesn't call the perfect.
The perfect. He perfects the call.
But He perfects the call.
Yeah.
If God has really called you, He will definitely make sure that He fulfills His business of calling you. Did you
ever see yourself being a musician in your early life? Is this something that you always dreamt to do?
Even in my early age, I used to love music so much. And I hope one day that maybe I'll do music, but because there are so many things that I was doing, this and that, I didn't have that focus.
Okay.
So when I went the other side, God opened my eyes and saw everything was whatever that I needed was present. So I got focused into that, and God perfected the call into the music, and I began writing songs, and I got exposed to so many good songwriters in the States. So, and actually I'm a member of the American Association of Authors and Composers and Publishers, that is ASCAP.
Samie Bisaso for his album Million Pieces, which received the Christian Gospel Album of the Year award.
First of all, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity.
All right. Yeah. So tell me a bit about you recently won an award for your music.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that.
Well, I won my latest album called Million Pieces. It contains 13 tracks. I won the award that I won is in the category of Christian Gospel. So my album won I won the award of the best Christian Gospel album of the year 2016
Okay.
in Nashville, Tennessee.
In Nashville. Nashville is a beautiful...
Nashville is a music city.
Yes.
You know, when you run the airport, you can feel the sound of music in every corner. So it was really something that I knew that God was confirming the call on my life, because I remember it wasn't easy. The arena was filled up with white people. Actually, I think we were about 3 black people. One was from Canada and one from Britain. So I was only the black African that was in there, and from Uganda in particular. So I know that it wasn't, God has given me opportunity, which I know that it's not my own hand, neither in any other human hand. So it is, I know that it wasn't, this album is not about me, it's about God.
Always okay, okay, to believe in you. When life seems shattered like a glass in a million pieces, in a million pieces, but I'll still trust you. Sometimes painful thoughts.
How many albums do you have under your name? You said Million Pieces is your latest album.
Yeah,
How
I
many
have
albums do you have under your
Lost
name?
Without You. I have another one that I did from Africa, Great Thy Faithfulness. So my latest is actually that is Million Pieces.
Okay. So let's talk a bit about the things you have learned.
Yes.
Because it's very important for you to pass down information.
Okay.
You have been to the music capital of the world, which is Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
You have worked with some of celebrated producers, celebrated vocal coaches. What are things that you've learned that you can pass on to other young musicians who are coming up in this country?
Behind everything good, there is always a lot of sacrifice, dedication, focus. Where others are sleeping, you are working.
Yeah.
And one thing I know that there's nothing that comes by chance. One thing, I take a lot of focus on the lyrical content. You know, when God gives you a song, it's not really yours, but it's for the people. I know I receive a lot of comments, messages, emails from around the world from my album. But there's a lot that I put into my music. So music is really the way it is different. International music is really slightly different from ours here, because there is so much. It's not about the instrument, everything. You know, you have to put a lot of thoughts in your lyrical content. It's the way you build up. You know, building a song is like building a house. Don't just walk into the studio and all of a sudden, oh, I want this, and then all of a sudden, you know, there are so many people that really have to listen. You know, you can be a great, you can be a great writer, a great producer, but learning never ends. Never get yourself into a block that, oh, I know everything, but always trying to, you know, try to have people that you trust that say, you know, can you have a listen? What do you think? You know, and sit back and get at it. Maybe there's something that you need to adjust, add up, you know. You know, as the Bible says, the multitude of counselors, there is what? There is wisdom, there is safety. So if you reach a point where you think that you know everything and you are perfect, then it's something learning never ends. So be open-minded.
Yes.
Always take wisdom, because it is very important.
It's already better, already better. My God is in control.
What are those hard times, you know, that you have gone through as an artist, and the things that you learned from those?
Yeah, they're one of the challenges that, you know, sometimes people can always try to, you know, put you down and, you know, oh, maybe, but you can always be discouragement. There are people, that's why you have to differentiate the positive people, constructively. If you give your project to people, find people who are constructively, give you comments that are constructive, but not people that are gonna pour water into whatever that you're doing. So one of the things that I've learned that, you know, always to keep moving. never stop moving, because sometimes people can always discourage you, and they say, oh, maybe give you a negative comment, whatever you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, if you know what you want, never stop, because along the way, God will give you, God will make a way where there's no way. I know a lot of people, when they heard that I won the award, they couldn't believe, because I'm telling you, the way they judge, it's like 20% is contributed by your fans worldwide. Another 40% is from the industry voting. Those already in this industry. Another 40% is from the panel of judges. So I guess you can understand. It's not about the fans. Even if they contribute, it's 20%. It's only 20%. So it is the grace of God. But one thing I would recommend to the upcoming, it's not about the money. If you put money before your career or whatever that you do, I think you're gonna fail. You have to put yourself into. Money will come, because money is important. Don't put money ahead of everything that you're doing. Professionally, you're gonna fail. Because if you think of money, you just walk in the street and do whatever you got, and then you run, and then it is not. Profession, you have to put profession into whatever you're doing. And profession, there is a lot that profession requires so many things. Seek other people, get some constructive people that you think you can get ideas from. But never.
So let's talk a bit about language.
Yes.
Is your music entirely in English now, or do you mix it up? How has it been accepted?
Well, at the moment, my album actually is in pure English.
Purely English. Why don't you do? I mean, a lot of people would argue that you're Ugandan, and therefore it's a good opportunity for you to share your heritage and where you come from.
I understand, but where I live in the States, people don't understand. I wish the Bible was in Uganda. I couldn't get across. Uganda is good. This is my mother language, but it's only here. My album wouldn't have won the international best Christian gospel album of the year if it was in English, because people think, however good it is, but it won't exceed the borders of Uganda. So how are you going to do this? So you have to be able to reach the Japanese, the Chinese, the Russians, because how would I call it, the Haitians, the Jamaicans.
With the language that everyone
yes,
understands.
because America is a collection of people from all over the world. So, and if God gives me a message into the music, that I wrap it up into the music, that leads, it's gonna reach a lot of people across the nations. So that leads, and I believe that God created music to connect people with the heaven. So there is a lot, I believe, if it is just in Uganda, I know maybe in the future I will do some Uganda music. Yes, I would definitely do, but at the moment I was muchly focusing on in English, because that is the audience basically that
listens to your music.
Yes, and internationally, and that's the language where I live basically.
So speaking of the future, I mean, are we ever, because another thing that one of the last Christmas albums we had, okay, I have a couple of friends who have done one recently, but we still play Fide Bongo Lutaya's Christmas music till now, because a lot of Ugandans have not really opened up to doing Christmas music. So people like you who are award-winning artists, should we expect a Christmas album sometime soon?
Yes, actually, when I come around next December, I will definitely have some
music for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No one can deny.
For coming onto the show today. I appreciate your time. If people are trying to find you, get in touch with you, trying to find your music, how do they do that?
Well, they can go to my website, www.samiebisaso.com. SamieBisaso.com.
That's S-A-M-I.
S-A-M-I. Yes.
S-A-M-I Bisaso.
.com.
Right?
And they can check on my Facebook. This is my Instagram, and they can check my music on YouTube.
You're right.
Vivo, everywhere. I'm everywhere. You just
Type
on
Samie
iTunes,
Bisaso. Yeah.
Google Play, everywhere.
Yeah.
Worldwide. So just type Google my name,
Right.
then you get the
Well, thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
onto the show.
Thank
Really
you so
appreciate.
much.
And may you enjoy your
been a
Christmas
pleasure. Thank
on
you.
the road, because I know you said you're going back on tour, you're leaving,
Yes.
and you're going to spend your Christmas
Sure.
in Europe, I think, or the
In
UK?
US.
In the US.
US, I will.
But you're going to be doing a lot of shows.
Yes.
Well, enjoy your Christmas very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming to JXP.
Thank you.
You're still watching NTV JXP. My name's David. Hopefully you're having a fabulous, fabulous holiday season. And hopefully you're not forgetting the reason for the season, that is Christ. You're watching NTV JXP.